they're going to distract you, right? We have to distract you. So we're going to talk about everything except for the economy, including anti-Asian hate. So the Biden administration, when they're truly desperate, they bring in the influencers. So the Biden White House welcomed a Korean pop group called BTS. Now, I'm only aware that BTS exists because I'm on Twitter. And the BTS stans are like all over Twitter. They have an enormous fan base. I've never heard of this group, really, except for that. I've never listened to any of their music. I don't know if they're good. I don't know anything about them. All I know is that Joe Biden also doesn't know anything about them. Okay, the chances that Joe Biden is like a big BTS fan is ridiculous. Also, if you're talking about anti-Asian hate in the United States, typically what you would do is bring in an Asian group from the United States, right? Instead, he's bringing in a Korean pop group. My understanding is that they are from South Korea and that is where they live and perform. I'm not aware that BTS is actually an American group in any way. But basically, all this is an excuse to, hey, look at this really popular group. Let's bring these people in. Let's put them behind a podium at the White House. And let's have them talk about anti-Asian hate. Well, here are a few things they weren't talking about at the anti-Asian hate conference at the White House, which was, again, just an excuse for Joe Biden to be with the influencers, which is him cribbing off of Barack Obama's play sheet. Right? This is something that Barack Obama used to do routinely. It was like, well, I'm in a little bit of political trouble. What if I just have like a bunch of Hollywood stars to the White House and take some selfies with them? So Joe Biden is trying to do that now, but trying to pretend that this is a real policy discussion that's happening with the K-pop supergroup BTS. A few things that were not discussed. One, this administration's overt policy, which is that Asians should not be admitted to higher education with the same scores as black students or scores that significantly exceed those of black students at universities like Harvard. That is the explicit policy of this administration. Anti-Asian discrimination is the explicit educational policy of this administration. That was something that was not discussed by K-pop supergroup BTS because, after all, why would they? Other things not discussed by K-pop supergroup BTS. Anti-Asian hate in the United States is disproportionately black on Asian. It is not white people who are hating on Asian people. It is disproportionately black on Asian, particularly in America's major cities like New York. That was not discussed at all. The reason it wasn't discussed is because it violates the intersectional philosophy of this administration. Instead, it's America, broad writ, has an anti-Asian hate problem, et cetera, which is kind of wild. So what was this really about? Was it really about Joe Biden combating anti-Asian hate? Of course not. It's about Joe Biden bringing in a very popular group and then trying to sort of draft off of their popularity. It ain't going to work. It's really silly. That's not a rip on BTS. I'm sure that BTS is more than happy to fight anti-Asian hate. I would imagine that given the opportunity to go to the White House and talk about this, why wouldn't they do it? It's a rip on Biden, who's obviously a geriatric dotard who has no clue who these people are, but he's been told by his advisors that we better get these influences over here because maybe they'll get a lot of young people very excited about politics if we get BTS to discuss anti-Asian hate. Here's what it looked like at the White House yesterday.
Hi, we're BTS, and it is a great honor to be invited to the White House today to discuss the important issues of anti-Asian hate crimes, Asian inclusion, and diversity. We thank President Biden and the White House for giving this important opportunity to speak about the important causes, remind ourselves of what we can do as artists.
Jimmy said we were devastated by the recent surge of hate crimes, including Asian American hate crimes. To put a stop on this and support the cause, we'd like to take this opportunity to voice ourselves once again. Suga said it's not wrong to be different. I think equality begins when we open up and embrace all of our differences. V said everyone has their own history. We hope today is one step forward to respecting and understanding each and every one as a valuable person.
So you can't see anybody there speaking because there's somebody reading one of their statements off to the side. Again, the reason that Joe Biden does this is because he's got nothing. He's got nothing left in the tank politically. Let's bring out all of the most popular people I can find. I'm sure that in the near future, it will be Lady Gaga at the White House and all of his Hollywood celebrity friends. This is the last gasp of a dying administration, is when you start bringing in celebrities that you've never heard of because your 25-year-old social media manager was like, we really need the gloss of that glamour on you. So economy is in trouble. Joe Biden's got nothing. He's distracted with other issues. He's mad that people on cable news are bashing him, and he's bringing BTS to save him. Good luck to Joe Biden as that pattern continues. Who's got two thumbs and wants you to like and subscribe?